Most men will stay in debt their entire lives, not because they don't make enough money though, but because they never make one decision. 1 year ago, I was $140,000 in debt, and today I'm completely consumer debt free. And in the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it. And listen, this wasn't luck. This wasn't some big income jump. This was discipline, sacrifice, and a system. And if you ignore what I'm about to show you, you'll stay stuck in survival mode for years. But if you apply it, you can cut that timeline down drastically. I know what it feels like to look at your numbers and still feel overwhelmed, to feel like no matter how hard you work, you're still behind. I mean, I had credit cards, I had car payments, student loans, personal loans, hospital bills. I had every type of loan that you could actually think about. And the part that hit me the hardest wasn't even the money. It was knowing that I had a family dependent on me. As a father and a husband, that pressure, it hits a little bit differently because you don't just feel stuck. You actually feel responsible. And honestly, I had to face the hard truth. I wasn't lacking income. I was lacking control. Here's what most people don't understand. Getting out of debt, it's not just a math problem. It's an identity problem because you'll never consistently manage money at a level that your identity hasn't even reached. I had to stop being a consumer and had to become a man of discipline. That's when everything started to change for me. All right, here are my 3 simple but game-changing steps that I actually had to take. Step 1, I locked in. I had to have an identity shift. And I mean, I fully locked in. Not halfway, not I'll try, not I'll see what happens. I had to make a decision that for 1 year, nothing mattered more than getting my life back under control. Most people fail because they're still negotiating with themselves. They want results without the commitment. But there's a version of you that already is debt free. But the question is, are you willing to become him? Let me ask you something honestly. How many times have you said to yourself, you're going to get serious about your money? And you didn't, or you haven't. Step 2, it's method. I personally use the debt avalanche method. Now, you've probably heard of the snowball method and there's nothing wrong with that, but I use the debt avalanche method. I focused on killing the highest interest debt first. Why? Because interest is what keeps people trapped. While you're making payments, the system, in my opinion, is working against you. So I basically flipped the script. I attacked the most expensive debt first, then I worked my way down. A simple strategy, but powerful when you stay consistent. And I can tell you, this next part, this is where most people fall off. Step 3, I sacrificed everything. This was my behavior shift. And when I say I sacrificed, I mean I sacrificed everything for a full year. No unnecessary spending. No just this one time. You know, those times when you see something, you're like, oh, just this one time. None of that. No emotional purchases. If you know me, you know I love fashion. I love sneakers. I love clothes. Like, I love fashion. But I had to say no to myself. But the hardest part, it wasn't even that. I had to change how I showed up as a father. I stopped taking my son, to the store with me because I didn't trust myself to say no. And that's being real. That's being honest. For you, it may be you got to stop dating for a while. For you, it may be you got to stop hanging out for a while. Somehow, you got to get to a certain level of discipline. That's the certain level of discipline that I took. And nobody talks about this part. Everybody wants financial freedom, but they don't want financial restrictions. All right? And then for me, something shifted after all of that. It wasn't when I paid off all the debt or everything off first. It was when I paid off my first major debt though. That moment, when you realize it, this is actually working. That for me, that was the tipping point. That's when momentum, that's when it started to take over. I went from $140,000 in debt to just $35,000 left, and that's on my mortgage. No credit cards, no car payments, no student loans, no personal loans, no hospital bills. I mean, everything except for the mortgage is gone. And more importantly, I became a different man in this process. So again, here's the simple system. Lock in your identity, attack the high interest debt first, and sacrifice until the job is done. You do that, and your life, it'll change. All right? You're not stuck because it's impossible. You're stuck because you haven't made the decision yet. You weren't created to live paycheck to paycheck. You weren't created to live under all this pressure that you're living under, but you were created to lead. And this is the moment that you have to take control. I need you to take this moment, not next year, not someday, but now. So if this hits you, comment locked in below. And if you're serious about getting out of survival mode, stay tuned, because next, I'm breaking down exactly how to increase your income while doing this. Later.